Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you for pushing play and spending a little bit of time with me. Today is Saturday, April the 18th. I believe this is a new vlog. Baby and I are getting ready to get our taxes done. I know it's the 18th, but we have to get an extension because last Saturday I had my appointment time mixed up, and we were supposed to be in there at a certain time and we didn't make it, and he couldn't squeeze us in. So anyway, he had to do us an extension, so we're going to get it done today. And as you know, this week, if you've been following my YouTube shorts, you know I've been wearing my half wigs because we are trying to stay on this healthy journey. I'm really trying to stay on point with certain things. So I'm trying to do better. It's April. It's not January, but hey, start where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying? If you said you was going to start doing this in January and here it is April, you haven't started, start today. Who's to say you can't? You know, ain't nobody else seem to be following no rules in this country. So why not? All right. So my hair is in plaits and twists. I only had this leave out, you know, and stuff. So I'm not going to take that down because we're going to be on time because this Saturday it is, yesterday was Good Friday. So this weekend, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be out trying to get last minute outfits for church or whatever. And so I'm not going to bother with taking it down because we want to actually be on that side of town after 10 o'clock. Well, we want to leave here at 10 and be on that side of the town because our appointment is at 11. So what I normally do when I'm in a crunch for time, and I just had it. What did I do with it? I'm going to take, y'all forgive me. Let me see. What happened to it? Oh, sorry guys, it fell on the floor. So what I do is take one of these. I put it on my head, tuck everything in. And I know I'm probably going to go a little fast with this, but I need to finish getting dressed because my husband, I don't like when he waits on me. I'm normally the one waiting on him. I put that on my head. I take some braid hair and I just roll it up in a ball. Okay, and I just tuck it in here. That's what I do. Okay, give myself a little thing up there. And I'm going to take my scarf, which I'm going to be wearing one of these, and I know we're not shopping right now, but I got all of these because I'm just going to tell you, when I was shopping, I bought all of my scarves off Amazon. Usually on there, you can get a pack of 6, a pack of 12 for a little bit of nothing versus going to but sometimes the beauty supply is cheap because I have bought some in there. So there's that. You can always go to the beauty supply. They're not always going to be this kind. Sometimes they're satin or silk. A few of them will be cotton, but on Amazon, you can kind of get what you want. But there we are. Okay. Lost y'all for a minute there, but I'm back. So here's the scarf. I'm going to just put it on. I'm just going to, and I'm not going to do nothing fancy with the scarf today because I'm trying to get ready so I can get out of here. And I just basically just wrap it around and tuck. I don't do no time, especially when I'm doing a quick one. I ain't trying to do nothing fancy. But I do want to leave out the house, you know, somewhat presentable. This is always my go-to. Versus sometimes putting on a hat. Okay. And this is just going to pull the pink out of the shirt that I'm going to be wearing. Okay. And then I just go through and just kind of fix it a little bit. Push it back just a little bit. Have my earlobes out so you can see my earrings, and that's that. So I'm going to go downstairs, or we're going to go downstairs and finish getting dressed so we can get out of here on time. All right. All right, guys. So this is pretty much what I got on. Just my cute little t-shirt with the big face on it, and you see how it has the pink. And that's why I put the pink wrap on. Just some regular jeans, nothing fancy, and just threw on a light sweater because it is a little drizzly outside, so it's probably cool. And anytime I go to like an office or something, I'll take a jacket because I never know how cool it might be in the office. So this is what I'm going to put on. We're going to go get our taxes done, run by the grocery store and pick up a few things. And then we're going to get back to the house, and I'm going to go upstairs, get my stuff out for the work week. Remember, we're prepping, so we don't have to do all that every day through the week. We're going to do it on our off day. Mine happens to be Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to get my clothes out for the work week, decide what I want to wear, get that out. And then I'm going to try to do a reel. I did not do a reel last week. Like I said, I ended up keeping my grandbaby, so I didn't get to do that. So I'm going to try to get a reel done. Hopefully today. I'm not for sure if I'm on nano duty today or tomorrow, because me and the baby daddy, we rotate one day on the weekend. There's that. So so if they're not coming today, I'm gonna try to get it done. If not, then I'll do it tomorrow, whichever day they're not over here, because I cannot be creative and do what I need to do with my grandbabies here. So that's the play for now, and I will see you guys when we get in the car. I'm trying to remember to pick up the freaking camera. Trying to remember on the weekend. Trying to remember to pick up the camera.
White, green hat, white hat.
I think either one, baby. The green will pull out the green, of course, since you got a white shirt on.
That's it.
All right, guys, we managed to get out the house. It is, what time is it, baby? Because you know your clock is fast.
Straight up 10, I think.
So it's 10 o'clock. We did good. We got out 10:05. We got out the door, which is good. Our appointment is at 11 o'clock because we want to leave on time. Because like I said, it's Easter weekend, and y'all know what that means. People are still probably out doing their last minute shopping and everything. So, and picking up whatever they wanted to pick up for dinner. So, yeah, that's kind of, we're going to hope that the freeway isn't too busy, but it probably is, especially heading on that particular side of town. So, but I'm happy. We got enough time. We got an hour. So if we can't get there in an hour, there's definitely a problem. But yeah, so we're going to go do that, like I said, and then we're going to run by the store, probably pick up some things. Baby and I decide what we're going to have for the week. It is Easter weekend. I'm debating if I want to make a pan of dressing, just for us to have for Sunday dinner, and maybe some baked chicken. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but we haven't had dressing since, was it Christmas? Yeah, I think I did. We had some chicken and dressing for Christmas. So I haven't made any dressing since Christmas, I don't think.
Did we have it for Christmas?
I'm debating. I know I made some for Thanksgiving. I feel like we did because, yeah, I think I did make some for Christmas. So it's April, so it's been a minute. So I don't know. I'm talking about doing a couple reels, and I don't know. Don't hold me. I'll make my decision by the time we get to the store if I want to pick up the stuff to make some dressing. We'll see. But if I make some dressing and some baked chicken, that will definitely last us. I'm not gonna make a roast pan. I'm just gonna make like just a little baking pan of dressing. Look, I'll decide when I get to Walmart, because yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. But it would last us, quite a few days, and then plus we can make some other things you can kind of eat in between the dressing, so you want to just get burnt out on the dressing. Decisions. But anyway, we are on the free now, baby. I tell my daughter them all the time, baby, I did my fair share of kicking it. If like these young people like to say, kicking it. They in them streets. I be on my couch. But anyway, but it's cool. That's what you do when you're young, you're not married. That's the time to live, travel, see the world, party, enjoy life. That's what you're supposed to do before you start a family, and even if you have kids and you're not married, it's okay to have a good time. That's what life is. Enjoying life in the time that you're in, which was my 20s and 30s. And now, and then when you start hitting your 40s, your 50s, you kind of calm down. You know what I'm saying? A good day for me is, maybe cooking dinner and on Netflix and chilling. I'm good with that. And those of you, if you haven't watched me, I love my African movies, my Nigerian movies. I love them. I can just binge watch them, like Fred Leonard. They call him the Film Lord. I love Maurice Sam. And there's a few others. Sonia, I can't think of her name. A lot of them that I love to watch. I just love their movies. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I just like to watch my African movies. I totally enjoy them. And then, you know, I watch some of my YouTubers that I like to watch, that I follow and subscribe to. I like to watch them, see what's going on in their lives and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at in my life. And just, you know, continue to go to work and hopefully get to retirement and just, you know, take it day by day until it's time to go on to glory, as they say. But in the meantime, between time, you know, gonna go run some errands, do what we gotta do. And then I guess I'll pick you guys up once we get to our tax appointment. And I'm not gonna film too much in there, of course. It's a place of business and definitely personal people's business. So, but yeah, I'll pick you up once we make it to our destination. All right, guys. He has a race car, so we over here at Smiley's Racing Products here in Pleasant Grove off Gross Road. This is where he comes to get fuel and things for his race car. So we made a pit stop. So while he is in there, I guess we can just chit chat a little bit. But yeah, like I was saying, I like to pretty much chill on the weekends. I'm not, you know, one that likes to do a lot, and especially now that I'm on my journey of wearing everything in my closet. So definitely watch my YouTube shorts. It shows you everything that I wear to work. And my job is pretty much casual through the week. Fridays we get to wear denim, and then the only time I try to step it up just a little bit more is when we have actually new hire orientation. So I do try to step up what I wear a little bit more on those occasions. But yeah, my work, thank goodness, is in an office. We really don't see people that often, other than, I mean, well, we see just like our co-workers or colleagues. And in my office, rarely do people really come in there. It's the part of HR that I work in. We don't see people that often. So we just casual. So that's why my dressing is really, you know, not dressed up. Like I'm not wearing heels and all that stuff. But yeah, so babe is coming back. I guess he got what he needed to get. So that was quick.
Crank the car.
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so that's it. What you gonna do? That's it.
Just pick up my cans so I can crank the car.
Oh, okay.
I can't crank it up with regular gas.
Yeah, okay. So we got to drive around so babe can get his pick up his cans, get some fuel for his race car. Yeah.
How's it going? Yeah. Doing all right?
Yes, sir. How are you?
All right.
So anyway, while we're waiting on babe to do that, because we're still doing really good time, and I think his thing is set, like his clock is set pretty ahead. Let me see. Let me get my phone out my back pocket, Lord. Yeah, it's just 10:27. Again, our appointment is not till 11 o'clock, so we're doing wonderful timing, and we're on that side of town where our appointment is, so we're doing good. And I was just telling you guys, you know, what I like to do, like just really just chill out, you know, on the weekends. You know, there's so much that be going on during the week. Like I said, I work. I have a 9 to 5. I keep my boys. I have 2, at least 3 days out the week. Sometimes I keep my great niece when she's not staying with her grandmother, my sister. Sometimes I keep her. So that's 2 toddlers and I don't know what you call a 7-year-old. I'm not for sure. But the other ones are 2 years old, 3 years old, and then the oldest grandson, he's 7, almost 8, as he would say. Now I'm almost 8, and so I have them 3 days a week, and then on the weekends I rotate with their father, Saturdays and Sundays, so I can at least have one of my days off to myself. Okay, but anyway, so sometimes it's Saturday, sometimes it's Sunday. We're supposed to be rotating the Saturday and Sunday. I think I had them last Sunday, which means that I'm probably going to have them today. If I have them today, to evening, because my daughter works the late evening shift. Then hopefully, depending on what time we get home, I may have time to do a reel, or I may not. I may have to just get up early Sunday morning and do it, because we're probably not gonna go to church on Easter Sunday. I probably just will watch something on I don't belong to church since my father passed away. I have not been, I think I've only been back to his church a few times, because he did give his church to another pastor that did not have a church, you know, and I haven't been there. It's kind of hard to go to a church that and sit there and watch someone in the pulpit where your dad once stood. So it's kind of hard. So I don't know. It's still up in the air if we're gonna do that, but we probably won't. And my father's been gone for a while, so I don't know. It seems difficult, you know, to go somewhere where you're so used to seeing your dad stand up and deliver a sermon, knowing that he's no longer with us. Okay, anyway, let's not have no sad moments, okay? Anyway, so we're done. Baby's got his fuel, so now we're off to our appointment. Yeah, but I did want to touch on something. I told you guys I like to watch. I have certain influencers that I like to watch. They have a very fascinating life. But one particular one I watch, she lives here in Dallas. Her name is Peyton Charles. If you're watching this, Peyton, by some chance, hello, hi. I am a PayPal. And I know you're going through a lot, and I've been watching some of the videos, and some people have been, I think they're called review channels, or I think that's what they do. They like watch other people's channels and give their reviews or their thoughts. I'm not what they call them. They call them something. Anyway, but I was watching one. I don't know. I think I was doing something and it happened to come up, and I was just watching it. And, you know, I was looking at some of the comments that they were making about Miss Peyton, about her and stuff. And, you know, one thing about me is, even if somebody says something negative on any of my videos, I don't respond. I mean, if I do respond, it's just a positive response. Like, you know, I do dramatic transitions. That's what most of my reels are. And sometimes people will say, oh, that's too much makeup. Why are you wearing all that makeup? And still missing the whole point. It's just a dramatic transition that, especially if you've been following me, and especially when you see my get ready with me every day, 99.9% of the time, I never wear makeup. I like makeup. I love makeup. I love playing in it. It's fun. I love to see how different I can make myself look. It's just fun. And sometimes you just get tired of saying the same thing over and over, because if you were really a subscriber or watcher, then you would know that I don't go out the house with that much makeup on. And there's no shade to anybody who does, because that's your business, as Tabitha says. That's your business. So what I wanted to say is, you know, Miss Peyton came out that her boyfriend had cheated on her and everything, and, you know, she was being transparent, very honest, you know, and I think she had felt like, she had said she loved him, and she felt that he loved her, and that you know, I think that she probably thought she had possibly found the one. And, you know, she's already been through things, you know, traumatic experiences with previous relationships and everything. And, you know, just listening to people be so judging, because it came out that he had been unfaithful to Peyton with someone that I believe was actually a PayPal or a PayPal's daughter. I think that's what it was, not the person that he slept with. And see, I want to make sure I have my facts straight. I think that the person that he cheated on her with was a PayPal's daughter. And they, I think, sent her a DM and reached out and everything, because I think when she finally showed the man that she was seeing's face, one of her PayPal was like, whoa, hold on. You know, that's somebody that my daughter has been fooling with or whatever. So they didn't mention it in the comments, and I applaud them for that. They actually sent her a DM with receipts. So anyway, she came on and, you know, did that whole video. If you want to go back and watch it, you can. I'm not gonna, you know, go all off into the story, but my main thing was just that some of the people have been very judging, have been saying very negative comments and stuff like that. And I mean, it takes a real person to come on and not only just vlog their life and show you the most personal, intimate details of their life, the bad, the good, the ugly, because let's be real, there are some people on here that only show you the good. They never show you the bad. They never show you anything that's going on. You know, you never see them without makeup. You never see them dressed back. You know, there's never any imperfection in their life, and we all know that's not reality. That's fine. And maybe some people are cool with that. Maybe that's what you want to see, because maybe everything is not perfect in your life, and that's what you want to see is somebody that has a perfect life, even though we know there's no such thing. Even rich people ain't having no perfect life, okay? But what I want to say is to her, as a woman who, yes, I have been married. Me and my husband celebrated our 26th anniversary this past January. But our marriage, I mean, early on, because we were young, we got married, was rough. It started off rough. I'm 56. We've been married, you know, for 26 years. So we got married, you know, when we were 30. Like I said, I was still in the streets. We were still doing things, and we still had to figure things out. So life was still not perfect, and it has not been perfect through our marriage. And all transparency, we even separated for a short period of time when we got married, because we had to, you know, you're a little immature, depending on where you are in your life. We were a little immature, and we had to grow up a little bit, and we had to figure some things out. We even talk about it on our anniversary. We went on our cruise for our anniversary. So definitely I'll leave that link to that video down there where we talk about some of our things that we went through early on in our 26 years of marriage. But I wanted to just say to people that, you know, give people grace. I think we need to learn to give people grace, especially when people share their lives with us. I'm sure she looks back on things and saw the red flags. I'm sure she did, but ignored them, or chose to ignore them, or chose to give him the benefit of the doubt, or, you know, overthought something. I don't know, but we're human. And I'm like, give people grace. I'm sure we all can look back on some things we did in our lives and say, why did I do that? I knew better. The flags were all over the place, and I just kept ignoring them. Not just the red flags. Sometimes the caution flags are there. The yellow flags are there. But we still choose to ignore them because some of us want what we want, and we just say, I can make it better. I can make him do right. I can make her do right. I can change them. You know, we all have been there. Let's stop acting like we're so perfect and so holier than thou and have not ever made a mistake. Okay? Not just in relationships, but financially. You know, we've made mistakes. We've made decisions that we know we shouldn't have made. We all have been there. Some of us been there. Some of us are in that season now. Some of us may even go through that season more than once, more than twice. You know what I'm saying? So life teaches us lots of things. Some of us learn from the first lesson, and some of us have to have a series of lessons. But if you're watching, Peyton, I just want you to know that, honey, stay encouraged, be encouraged. There are good men out there. And I mean, just like there are bad, there are good men out there. And I pray, it is my prayer, that you find your forever person. You know what I'm saying? It is my prayer. But I want you to be encouraged. I don't want you to let the naysayers make you feel bad. And I really want you, because I noticed some of the people saying she was responding to some of the negativities, or that you were responding to some of the negativities. I just want you to know that, you know what, you don't owe anybody an explanation. This is your life. This is what you're going through. This is what you're sharing with us. And I just want you to just sit with whatever's going on in your life, figure out your next move. And even if you decided to forgive him, which is what people are saying, that you chose, you're back with him, whatever your decision is for your life, hey, that is your business. Okay? And I'm not going to judge you for that. I don't know that man. I mean, we see him 5 or 10 minutes out of your vlogs. I don't know him. I don't know what he does for you, what he brings into your life. And I don't know. And if you've chosen to forgive him and take him back, that is totally up to you. Everybody deserves to be forgiven. Because think about it. We are Easter weekend. Think about it. Had God said, you know what, I'm not sending my only begotten son to come down there. I'm not going to allow him to hang, you know what I'm saying, on that cross and die for our sins. I'm not gonna allow him to go through that for you people, because I already know, he already knew that we would be back in this season again. So we really need to think about that. You know what I'm saying? None of us are perfect, and what you may do versus what someone else may do is maybe totally different. So Miss Peyton, you know what I'm saying? My hat's off to you for even putting your life out there, because you could have just totally not said a word, and he could have just went away, and people would have asked, and you could have just never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? You could have just never talked about the elephant in the room. But you did, and I thank you for sharing, because hopefully people learn. That's the whole point. I thought the whole purpose of watching people is you learn things, whether it's about hair, makeup, wigs, perfume, taking vacations, financial stuff, shit not to do. I thought that was a whole point of sometimes following people that you like to watch. I pray, it is my prayer that you get through this moment, that you find forgiveness in your heart, because we definitely have to learn to forgive as God forgave us. So we definitely have to learn to forgive. And whether you choose to take him back or have taken him back, that is your business. And I'm not here to judge you. And I will continue to follow you on your journey of, this journey called life, that has many obstacles that we have to overcome. So I just, and I'm just want you to be encouraged. Be encouraged. And those of you who are being judgmental, I really need y'all to sit with that and realize that if, my daddy used to say, if somebody opened up your closet, how many skeletons would fall out of your closet that you don't share on social media? I get she is sharing. I get that. She opens her life up. I get that. But that does not mean that you have to criticize. Sometimes there's such thing as constructive criticism. You don't have to be nasty and ugly or judgmental, because I know a lot of us would not want our closet to open and how many skeletons would fall out, and would not want to be sat up where people are just judging. Because even me, I get it. I don't really have an exciting life. A lot of things are not going on, but even the little bit of criticism that I get, I don't go back being negative about it. And if it's somebody I'm watching and it's something that I don't like that they're doing or saying, I don't have to comment, because when I sit back and think about my life, yeah, I don't have room to be judging people on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Even with my kids, I'm always transparent with the dumb stuff that I've done in my life, and I try to give them encouragement, and I try to tell them, baby, there's a different way. Don't go the route I did, because it didn't work, and I promise you're gonna have the same result. And I know my kids would say, well, Mama, we know this is our journey and we have to take our route. Yeah, but sometimes your journey that you take costs me and your daddy, and that's where the problem comes in, when the decisions you make cost other people. You see what I'm saying? So I always share the dumb stuff I did with my kids. I don't sit and act like I was perfect, and I tell them, your outcome is definitely probably not going to be no different. So you might want to rethink that decision. And whether they choose to do it themselves, and sometimes we save them, and sometimes we say, I can't help you, I can't fix that. So anyway, I just want to do that while we was up in here waiting for us a little get closer for our time, for our appointment. But I just wanted to do that. So whether Miss Peyton is watching, or someone who's watching would like to, just send her some words of encouragement. Go over there and follow her and give her some words of encouragement. And if you are watching, I just wanted you to just know that I support you, and I am encouraging you, and I'm not judging you, and I will be praying for you, and I wish you all the best. And I do know that your forever person, whether it is him or anybody else, someone else, is out there. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop blabbering. We're probably going to get ready to get out in just a minute and head on inside. All right?
You got some cash to pay for this?
No, I do not.
So that's that
You got more money than I got.
So let's go.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and head on up in here. Get this done. Hopefully we don't owe. Let's hope we don't owe. My little knee. Should have made my appointment to get my injection before we go on vacation instead of after. It's been bothering me. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I know, right?
What flow?
I don't remember. You remember this time?
third? Ain't it the third?
I don't know.
We always.
I don't know. We'll push 3 and
three,
see.
and then we gotta come back down to 2. We'll come back down to 2.
We could have looked at the board. It would have told us. I don't know. We come here every year, and we I don't know if it's the second or the third floor, Lord. We trying the third one first.
Cause I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let you hit the button.
I can remember. Let's see. Is this it?
I don't know.
Hi. Excuse me.
It look like it. Right there.
Eric, what you say?
I am blogging. I'm not blogging my taxes. Hey, Ron. We made it. We made it. We got it right.
Now you can feel me.
I can feel it. This is the beautiful.
What's up, Rob?
Look at her. Look. This is one of my girlfriend's daughter who is up here helping her daddy doing taxis. Ain't she so pretty? Look.
Well, you know.
She looking for her good husband, y'all. And is. Yes. Tell them why. Tell them why.
I don't know what she talking about, y'all.
You don't know? You don't know? The foolery, y'all. Let me just tell y'all the foolery. Every year we come in here, he be playing that, I don't know what you're talking about, baby. And the professional, tell him, yeah, I'm gonna need you to do better. He never do, y'all. He don't.
So what I need to have about 20% taken out?
Ask the professional. I'm sure he can tell you, because you don't listen to me.
At least another 5.
Yeah, stop going married. Should he change the 2, take that 2 off of there and just go what? Married and 0 maybe?
They don't have allowances no more, so I don't know what he got on there.
What you?
No, they don't do allowances.
I don't even know. You remember I told you I can't even mess with mine. They got me. I'm at single. When we used to do that foolishness back in the day, doing tax exempts when we're in the holiday time, and I can't. They won't even let me change mine. It's been single 0 for years.
What's helping us out then with the taxes? We still getting money coming in the house, baby.
Did y'all hear? Y'all hear him, right? Y'all hear him?
Bills paid.
Let's just see what Ron come up with before you might not want to talk right now. You might want to wait.
Right.
You might want to just wait.
Be quiet for a moment.
You will get text updates with your appointment.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
trying to improve the customer service around here, but when you work with family, it's just hard.
It's just hard.
Customer service aspect, especially when when you deal with your people.
All right, baby girl.
All right.
Hopefully. All right.
I know the cop.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's going to hit my account anyway.
Baby, don't play. You see how folks be, you know what I'm saying?
I just take me 145. Call today. So, baby, don't even want to get there. Ain't want to get there. But you the one paying taxes.
Yeah.
I just pay a little
I ain't going to
bit
put
in.
our business out there what I done gave him. So, yeah.
Now, you ain't gave me that. You know.
I gave it to him for a year. A whole year.
That's more than a year.
Oh, see.
It is more than a year.
More than a year.
Yeah.
I gave him something, So I feel like you eat that 145. I ain't even charging you interest for that, to hold that for over a year.
But I will do it for you. And you know it. So don't start.
Stop crying about 145. Stop crying about it. Ain't that right, people? Tell them. So the good thing is we don't owe. We actually gonna get a little bit, very little, but it's better than owing. I tell you that. It's always better to give than receive.
And it's better
So I'm glad they're giving us something.
for me to still be getting my money. Yeah. Right? I ain't know I made that money. You didn't tell me that.
How he not even look at his own?
I guess I'm just do that part of the aspect of the deal.
I mean, we're thankful that we make a decent living for now. Trump don't come in and do nothing crazy, because like I
Okay, we
said,
ain't going nowhere, baby.
I thought you pushed the button. But anyway, nonetheless, we are done with getting our taxes done and all that good stuff. So we're going to get back to our side of town and go to the store. And like I said, pick up my mom some strawberry jello. That's what she liked to snack on. Ooh, that didn't sound good. And pick up some other things, decide what we're going to have for dinner this week. All right, that's it. All right, y'all. Let's let go. Turn around. No, we done. Ooh, it's like we got a little sun trying to peep out, y'all. Little sunshine. All right, guys, we are finally back on our side of town. We had a little traffic, but they said it's the weekend, so we're gonna get ready to go. I think we're gonna stop at Winco instead of going to Wally World. So we're gonna run by the bank first. Baby, we gotta go by the bank, and then
come back, or we're gonna go to Walmart.
No, we're not going to Walmart. We're not going to Walmart. They be trying to defy me on that. We standing on that. We ain't going to Walmart. We're going to go. So we're gonna go by the bank first, and then we're gonna go to the store. And yeah, I think I decided I'm going to go ahead and make some dressing, but I'm just gonna make a pan. But I'm gonna make a small pan. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna do chicken thighs dressing, macaroni and cheese, and some green beans. And I think we'll be able to eat off that probably maybe 2 or 3 days. And then we'll get, okay, everybody knows Ghibli gravy goes with your dressing. Don't everybody know that? I don't know. And then we'll figure out what else we can cook that we can eat like in between the dressing if you don't want dressing every day. But it's just me that don't really, like, I just eat dressing. I don't eat baked chicken. I don't eat green beans. I eat macaroni and cheese. But I could probably eat the dressing every day. But I'm going to figure out what else we can cook. Maybe, we haven't had meatballs in a while. Maybe some meatball with... She mashed it up.
And I want you to show the people the pan that you make. Okay, so since you ain't gonna make it.
I'm not doing a roast pan of dress. I'm not, because usually when I do a roast pan, I do 5 bags of cornbread. And so since I'm just gonna do that probably 9 by 13. I think I'm only gonna do 3 bags of cornbread. Because y'all know dressing is mostly cornbread. Is what it is. It's just seasoning that gives it the flavor. So
are you gonna do that and put it in the roast?
I'm not gonna put it. No. I'm just gonna see how when I make the crumble up the cornbread, I can just do it in that, or I'm gonna get me a foil pan that's deep enough, But yeah, I'm trying my best not to make too much because I don't want it to go to waste. Even though I can call my brother. I can call my brother. He'll definitely come get some. Even if I do feel like I made too much, he'll definitely come and get some. But I think I'm just gonna do 3 packs of cornbread. But we'll see when I get in the kitchen. But yeah. I don't know why he think everything is so freaking funny. What is funny? What you laughing at? I'm not doing a roast pan. That's just that is too much dressing. I'm not making that. And the only time when I do the roast pan, I'm doing 5 bags of cornbread. So I'm not doing it.
What about when your grandson Mikey come on?
Mikey is 2, and he's not gonna eat that much dressing. So I'm still not making that much because I don't want to do all that. So I don't want to waste. Just a small thing of dressing, small thing of Ghibli gravy. And that's it. That's all. I don't know why he thinks it's not impossible.
We will see, people.
And even if I don't do 3 bags, I can do 2 bags. I'm gonna make it work. We're not doing a lot of dressing.
And it's supposed to last for how long? How many days?
I'm just trying to, even if it's just, depending on if we eat it every day, which I don't think we're gonna eat it every day, but I can take some for lunch.
That's why I think you should just make it regular.
I'm not making no y'all know what a roast pan is. We're not making that, because when I make that, it means we're having a family gathering. We're not making that much. That's a waste of money and a waste of my time to make all that and then end up throwing stuff in the trash. We're not doing that. Anyway, we'll see you when we get to the grocery store, y'all. All right, y'all, we done made it to Winco Foods. This is over here in off of 67. We're gonna pick up a few things. It is packed because I'm sure people are getting ready for tomorrow. Gonna cook Sunday dinner. Get what we need to get and get out of here, cause y'all, oh my goodness. All right. Right. All right. Let's see what we gotta get and get up out of here. Got pink? Oh, okay. Right on. You got enough cornbread, Jiffy cornbread?
Oh, yeah.
That's the regular, that's not the... Might be on another aisle, maybe. You know what else? We don't have... Do we have ketchup?
No. Well, that's what we need. We have ketchup.
Ooh. Because I be like hoping we got ketchup in there when I be needing ketchup. I be like, shoot. Need onion, bell pepper. Onion, bell.
That's onion. I guess y'all heard you get
You got yellow onion. Yellow onion. I want to try me I be wanting watermelon. Me and Fat Man like watermelon. Let me see. I don't know. Some big strawberry. I just want to. They high, but I just want some watermelon. It's a lot, ain't it?
for that.
Oh, that's a pineapple. So it's $4.48.
Think you're a good sweet one, I guess.
Okay. I like strawberry, but sometimes they don't be sweet. And then they got some big strawberries. Strawberries. All right, let's get a yellow onion. Yellow onion. Who bought? Huh? Oh, I would say, huh? What? None of that.
Yeah, no.
Get a bell pepper, couple bell peppers. Watch this. Hold on. Look, family. Look.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Girl, turn that damn camera out. You
Say hi. This is my friend. Look here. Good to see you.
Miss Sherry, what are you doing? Is it what you do now?
Baby, I be vlogging. I see the post up. I see be vlogging, girl. I see. They may not have none here. We don't have none at the house. Nobody eat none but you.
Bust it open, man. Every can and put it in the pot.
They might not have none. Yeah.
We'll grab a can.
Let me get some chicken, pack of chicken. Oh, and my butter. Do we got parquet at home? Got some butter?
Y'all have some outside, but we need some more. Plus, I need to grab us some more.
I mean, this ain't but 50 cents. Let me just go around and grab an extra too. 50 cents? It's not bad. You know, can't never find that. Excuse me. You must be gonna help keep buying
No,
stuff.
I told you I got potatoes in there. Matter of fact, I got your butter too.
I mean, man, that's a lot of butter.
No, you know I like that parquet butter. We go with some eggs. The one got one pack of eggs.
Okay. We got two different kinds.
Make sure they change the
Oh, the packaging.
more like that.
Never heard such thing in the same household. We got two different bills. I don't be getting it, baby. I don't be getting it. I try to look out for you. All right, thank you, baby. Have a good one. You too. Drop pop. All right, guys. So we are back from the store, and so what I'm gonna do, because I realized this is my Saturday to keep the boys. So she usually drops them off around about 5:30. So it is 1:42. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean my chicken, soak it in some salt, and because I think I'm out of vinegar, go ahead and put my cornbread on, boil my eggs, at least have some things going while I'm doing other things. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. So make me some bags, especially because my 2-year-old is not potty trained yet. So when we change him, I like to put him in a bag and put him in the garage throughout the night. That way when my husband goes to work, he can take it outside. So I'm just trying to save these bags, honey. So I can help get his butt potty trained, okay? All right. So baby picked up him some more of these small Cokes. If he does want something to drink, at least got the small ones. This is the potatoes that he likes for breakfast, him and my mom. So he gets those. When I do my chicken and my dressing and all that, I like to use parquet margarine. I just found it just tastes so much better. Of course, picked up the onion, bell pepper. Also, my husband, when he makes Jiffy cornbread, he likes to mix the regular and the honey. This combination, yes, so good. The honey and the regular. Try it, okay? Picked up my grandbaby 2 sippy cups. They were only $1, one for milk, one for water. So just picked up one of those. Picked up me a double pack for scrubbing bubbles for my bathroom and stuff. We got some Italian green beans. And let's see, I picked up me some just regular hot dogs, you know, just maybe a chili dog. They had these for $1, the poppy drinks. So I think I've tried the grape. I don't know about this one. I just picked them up to make sure I like these so I can remember which flavors I like of the poppy. Also picked up me some strawberries and some watermelon for snack. I hope these are sweet. The last one I got was actually sweet, so I picked that up. What else? We were out of ketchup, so we got some more ketchup. And then of course my soups that I put in my dressing, some cream of chicken, cream of celery, and of course I used the Martha White yellow corn mix for my cornbread. That's it. So I'm gonna get everything situated here in the kitchen, and then I'll probably pick y'all back up in a little bit. Okay. All right, y'all. So I got most of everything that I don't need put up. I've already opened up my cornbread. Let's see. So I do the yellow Martha White cornbread mix, and I only add egg, no sugar. Now, however you make your cornbread dressing is how you make it, but I don't. All I do is egg. So for each pack of the cornbread, I do 1 egg. So I'm only going to do 3 packs. So I've already cracked my 3 eggs, and I go ahead and crack it in a bowl so we don't have no shells in our cornbread. So I cracked my 3 eggs. I've already opened up my 3 packs of cornbread, and I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, I'm going to add this is not a teaching video, but I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing. Okay, put that over there. And then my milk, of course. I don't need that. And since I'm only doing 3 and it's not going to be a whole lot of stirring, I'm not going to pull down my KitchenAid mixer or nothing like that. I like to go ahead and just kind of mix my eggs up with my cornbread, you know, before I put my milk in there. I've already got my pan. This is the size pan I'm going to use. This is a 9 by 13 that I'm going to use for my cornbread. I'm going to go ahead and I've cooked my oil in here. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven so it can get hot. And I just bake my cornbread on 350. That's it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my milk gradually and stir, since I don't have the help of my mixer, which makes life so much easier. But my husband already went to the backyard, so I don't want to get up there and try to get it down because it's on top of my refrigerator. So yeah, I put 5 eggs on. I don't put eggs inside of my dressing. I put eggs in my giblet gravy. I think 5 eggs still might be too much, but if I'm gonna just add 3 and see how that does, and I can take the other 2 eggs and chop it up and put it in a bowl, and it can be for salad. So we ain't wasting nothing. Or I might just eat the boiled eggs for me some protein. Okay, we'll just see. Down. Get my bowls down. Me a mixing bowl. All right. And so my husband, when he eat chicken, he can eat probably about two pieces. My mom may eat 1. I almost hate to say it because people think I'm crazy. I don't eat chicken on the bone. But, you know, so I usually just eat the dressing, macaroni and cheese. I don't really even eat no chicken. I don't know what it is about that, but it is what it is, okay? How I like to do, how you do is how you do, okay? But for me, in my house, I clean my chicken first, and then I put it in a bowl, and I let it soak either with vinegar or salt, whatever. You know, kind of what I do. So it's how you clean your chicken. I know some people come out, oh, you ain't supposed to be cleaning chicken. Baby, I don't know too many black folks who don't clean their chicken. you know, before they cook it. I mean, you do what you do in your house, but I'm telling you, my mom was a cook, and that's how she did it. She said, you clean that chicken. You clean that chicken and you soak that chicken in something, whether it's vinegar or some salt water, and you let it soak for, you know, maybe 30 minutes or something. It's going to soak for a while because I'm not going to put everything together just yet. So I like to go in and clean my chicken, get any of that blood and whatever, and like go and make sure all the little feathers, you know, make sure I get all that up out of there. That's, you know, like I said, you do what you do in your house, okay? But yeah, and even though I don't eat chicken, my family does, so I'm gonna clean it. And when I say I don't eat chicken, I mean I eat chicken nuggets, I eat chicken tenders, stuff like that. I don't know. I just don't eat chicken on bone. I don't know what it is. It's retarded. It sounds retarded even saying it, but I just can't. So yeah, see, I like to go in and get all that, like, see all these little feather pieces that's still off in there. I'm like, girl, you ain't got to do all that. Well, again, do what you do in your house. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all the little pieces out of there. Because that's just what I do. Okay. And salt. And I'm just going to take this. So I'm going to let this soak in some salt water. I'm just going to sit it over there to the side. We're gonna clean up this area real good before I start doing anything else, okay? You know, we have to lock everything up, you know, safety locks for the grandbabies, y'all. So I've got Alright guys, so we are back. I got my kitchen clean, washed the dishes, cleaned up the sink area with my bleach and my Ajax, and made sure hopefully there's no salmonella nowhere. So now we're going to chop up our onion and our bell pepper. I'm going to wash my bell pepper, and then I'm going to put it in some a little bit of chicken broth and with a stick of butter, and I'm going to let them boil till they are al dente. Is that what it is? Not mushy, but al dente. Because I don't like to put raw bell pepper and onion in my dressing. So I want them to be al dente because they're going to cook off some more when we bake off. Because I don't like celery in my dressing. So if you like celery, that's fine. I do cream of celery just to give it some celery flavor, I guess. But I don't like celery. So I'm going to use my small chop. I do have the big boy, but you know, I'm only doing 1 and 1, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and clean my bell pepper. I'm thinking I only need 1. I think I'm just going to chop up 1 and then 1 onion and then put them in there. So when I get that done, I'll show you that. So I did 1, like I said, 1 bell pepper and put that in there. So now I'm going to do my onion, and I'm gonna do 1 yellow onion. I'm just gonna cut it up and then chop it up a little bit. You don't want it not puree style. Sometimes I tend to do that with the bell pepper. Okay, so let's try not to do that with the onion. Okay, let's try not to do it with the onion. And I don't have I'm using my DJI Pocket 3, not my Sony, so I can't, and I don't have the other tripod down here to show y'all, but you know, you just have you chop up your onion and your bell pepper, and some people just use a knife and finely cut, but you know, for me, because I have carpal tunnel, I like to use my little handy dandy tool to kind of get my onion, you know, the way I want it, because I don't like hunks of onion in my dressing. Yeah, so y'all hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend, Easter weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Good Friday. I did have to work, but I hope you all who didn't enjoyed your day off. I hope you enjoy your Sunday worship. Like I said, I don't think we're going to go to church. I think we're probably just going to turn on something and watch it. One of my classmates, Gaylon Wright, he is the pastor of, I believe it's 3rd Avenue Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas. He does a live broadcast, I believe, on Facebook. If you'd like to check his ministry out. And I'll also link it, put the name down below, just in case you forget. Now the big boy is probably better. You don't have to do this so many times, but I hate trying to wash it. Trying to get some stuff done before the kiddos get here because, honey, it's hard to get anything done with the grandbabies. Got my onion and my bell pepper in here. Like I said, I can't tilt y'all down because I just have you on my little bitty tripod and I can't adjust. So, got that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of my Swanson chicken broth to pour over my onion and bell pepper. Just to give it, you know, when you get ready to mix everything up, it gives it a little flavor. Okay. And then I'm going to put 1 stick of parquet butter in there and of course, some salt and pepper. Because when I mix my everything up, I don't add any salt or anything like that. Just add my sage. So I've got my onion, bell pepper, my chicken broth, and a stick of butter. And I'm going to put it on and let it boil. You know, get a little al dente, as they say. Al dente. All right, so that's going. Clean up, clean up, clean up. And my chicken has probably been soaking in the salt water for probably, I can't remember. It's probably been about an hour, maybe. As long as it's I've been doing stuff. So I'm gonna get my pot out here. My big pot. This is my pot I use for my chicken. Now how I like to do, I like to go ahead and put salt, pepper, a little garlic powder in the bottom of my pot because I'm heavy-handed, and that used to be my big thing. My mama said, "Girl, you too heavy-handed on that salt." So that's why she told me to do it this way. Season everything up. That way, when I get ready to mix my dressing and stuff, I ain't got to be trying to add no salt and pepper and all that. So I just put a little salt, season. Am I saying it right? Salt and pepper at the bottom of my pan that I'm about to cook my. And I'm gonna do some garlic powder. Just want to give your chicken some flavor. So when I get ready to take it out and bake it off, it's already seasoned. Okay, and then I do 1 stick of butter for my chicken. Okay, that's what I do. Now I'm gonna get my chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my chicken off again. Okay, and then of course, yes, then you gotta clean up again. I know y'all like, girl, honey, Gotta rinse it off good, and you still gotta clean up. That's just the thing about cooking. Alright? Put that high. So we done rinsed off the chicken and all that good stuff. And so I'm gonna add my broth over my chicken. So again, I boil my chicken, and then once it boils down, I take it out and I transport the chicken into a pan, and then I bake it off. It seems to work for me. My family likes it. It's not dry, all that. Turn you guys around so you can see what we got going on here. So here is the chicken, the eggs, they're done, and I've got the onion and bell pepper. They are on. My cornbread. So dressing doesn't really take that long. It's just getting everything cooked and ready to mix. That's where all the work is, but making dressing is not hard. I figure since we in the kitchen, we'll go out. Oh, excuse me. Since we in the kitchen, go out here and let y'all see this loud car. Patio. I know I ain't never showed y'all. This the patio. It's okay. No, you po. This the patio, y'all. It's looking a little cray, but yeah. Yeah, this is our patio out here. We ain't been out here since Thanksgiving, so we gotta do a little cleaning up out here. But anyway, that's baby's race car. He's trying to get it ready to sell. He's done with racing. You know, we got rid of the Corvette. We had a Corvette. If you saw that, I'll probably tag that down there. We actually sold the Corvette and got a 840 BMW. As you say, BMW 840i is what we got. But now he's also over racing. So now he's trying to get the car ready and stuff so he's already posted it, I think, on something. So if I got the details, I'll link it below if you know anybody interested in a race car. But yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cleaned up, sorted out, and then we're gonna move on to the next phase. All right. I ain't started it. Oh, shit, I ain't gotta stop it. Start it. I dare you. All right, y'all. So
yes, we're in the kitchen bothering her while she's cooking.
Hello. Oh my God. So y'all, so I've already, crumbled up my cornbread. And so, like I said, I used the sage. This is McCormick rubbed sage. I normally use Adams, but it's been hard to find Adams. So this is what I'm going to use is the Adams sage to season up my cornbread. Add some more black pepper on here. And I'm just basically going to put everything together and so I can bake it off. Then all I do is put my transfer my baked chicken thighs onto a pan so they can bake off. So put that much pepper? You don't have to put that much. Put what you want. So you do all your dry seasonings first, okay, y'all? Those of you who don't know how to cook, okay? And don't add, because you can always add more, but you can't take away. So you want to add a little bit of sage, and then you want to mix it up in there. Whatever you use. Some people like to use poultry seasoning. Some people also like to use, I don't know if I have any more, Italian seasoning. You can use that, and poultry seasoning if you don't have sage. So there's other things that you can use to make your dressing if you don't have sage. But I like sage because it's just better. But I do like Adams better. But like I said, I couldn't find it this past holiday, so I ended up having to get the McCormick. But I grew up using Adams. And yeah, this year my daughter is going to be in the kitchen to learn because I'm about to pass the torch. Because, I ain't going to be. Because if she like me, I only like how my mama make dressing. Mm-hmm. So she's going to get in here and learn how to cook dressing this year. Because when I'm done, I'm done. Okay? You trying to pass the torch for the holidays?
Well,
how to cook?
I'm trying to get settled, Mom.
You can cook over here. I ain't trying to cook at your house, but you can come over here and learn how to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so you just want to mix up all my dry seasonings real good. And like I said, you can add what you think, and then once everything's mixed in, then you can always add more if you need to, but don't overdo it, because you add too much, there's nothing you can really do about it if you add too much, okay? So don't over season your dry, your dry ingredients, okay? So I'm just mixing it up real good. Maybe I can sit it right there in the sink. But this is basically what I'm doing, just mixing it up. Real good. Again, and a can of cream of celery. Gonna have to use some a little bit more narrow. And the chicken. Baby, you opened it. Told him. See, they always trying to say I'm the pushover grandparent. It's him. It's a projector. I don't know why would he open that over here. Jesus. What I add now is my my vegetables, which is my onion, and so give me a little bit of liquid. Not too much, but I want to kind of dip some of this out. I don't want to do too much of the liquid. Mix that up, because we still got to add the broth, remember? I want to add some of the broth from the chicken. So I don't want to put too much of the liquid from the onions and bell pepper, okay? Because we want that flavor from that chicken in our dressing, okay? So I'm going to take some of the broth and pour it on here. Mix that up in there real good. Take your time, mix that up in there. And remember, your broth has got your from off the chicken, that good seasoning. You had seasoned it with the chicken broth, salt, pepper. We had some butter. So yeah, some good flavor. That's why you don't want to pour, because this, even though it's broth, I mean, we don't. It's just onion and bell pepper, so we need some of that flavoring from that chicken. Okay. You opened that thing up for him. Mm-hmm. Why? It's a projector. Why? Before you eat anything, I need you to taste this. See if I need to add some more sage to it.
You need to start using that deal there or this deal to get all of that out. That means all that money.
Somebody come here trying to get you a spoon. And let me know if you think I need some more sage or something. Now don't stick that back up in there, rinse that out.
What are you? What are you? What are you?
Why? Why?
Mommy.
Why? Why, little dude? Why? Why?
All right, y'all. So I got the dressing in the oven. I just transferred the chicken from the boiler into the pan. It looks really good and seasoned. I'm gonna put it in the oven, let it bake off, and then I'm gonna whoop up my giblet gravy and let it start boiling. And I'm be done. Baby, got to do the green beans and macaroni and cheese, and Easter dinner is done.
Say no, not again. Not again. No, not again. No, you're not doing it again. Oh.